Welcome to the Kingdom Culture Podcast that was created on purpose with a purpose to empower, uplift, and guide others to the center of God's perfect will. Hey guys, welcome back to the Kingdom Culture Pod. I'm so happy you're here. This week, what I wanted to share was something that happened in one of my mindset mentorship calls. And there was 3 questions that were given. And they really shook me for real. Like, they had me thinking, and I truly like want to bring this out to you just because of how much it affected me and the way that, I started to view my life and the way that I wanted to start prioritizing certain things. So I wanted to ask you these 3 questions. 1, if you died tomorrow, what are the things that you would have missed out on? Or you would miss out on? When I heard that question, it gave me a big shocker. And the number one thing I could think about was my son. The fact that, I'm away from him for so long that I'm always working, I'm always traveling for work. And it really made me sad because I think about it and I'm like, the one thing that I'm going to miss, or I would have missed, was my son's childhood. I mean, he's only 3, but the 3 years that I've been away from him have been rough. And I think about this every single day. That's my why. It's because growing up, as you guys know, my parents weren't really involved in my life. And they were always working and always busy and, whatever else. But I made myself a promise that when I was a parent, I would be super involved into my children's lives. I would be there 24/7 if they had a concert, if they had a game to go to, if they had an activity, whatever it was. I was going to be there. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to have people that love my son and that he stays with people that are family. But I miss so much of his life because I'm traveling for work or I'm working 10, 12 hours. And that truly, hit me. It was like a big, wow. What would you miss if you died tomorrow? I would also miss meeting my best friend's baby. She had a baby just recently, 3 months ago. I've never met her because I haven't been able to go out and visit her in Florida. What else would I miss? Visiting my grandmother. She's sick. She's elderly, so she can't travel. So I haven't been able to do that. What would I miss? My husband launching his gym. That's one of our big dreams. I would miss building a studio for the podcast. I would miss spending time with my mom, retiring her, paying off her house. Those are my big goals. Those are my 5-10 year goals. And if I died tomorrow, I would miss out on all of that. I would miss out on how to truly know how to play the piano. If we want to make it more simple, I would miss out on leading worship at church more often, or being a worship leader, having my pastoral document from school. I would miss running my first marathon. That's in the works for this coming summer. I would miss a lot because reflecting back on this, there's a lot of time that I spend, at work. And there's a lot of time that I spend working on this podcast for you guys. There's a lot of time that I take for granted. So from that question, all of these things started popping up in my head. I've made a big old list. The second question was, if you had 1 year left to live, what would you change right now? If you knew at this exact moment that 12 months from today you would pass away, what would you change right now? How would you live differently? And the main things that I wrote down is overthinking. I would quit my 9 to 5. I would be in the moment more, enjoy living, and I would stop stressing and worrying about tomorrow. We all have goals. We all have goals that we're gonna get to. We all have plans for the future, and that's amazing because you actually have a direction to go. You have somewhere to be, to keep you in line with your future. But the purpose of life is to live. The purpose of life is life. There's nothing more that you have right now at this moment. You just have this moment, this present moment in time. So are you making the best of it? Are you truly sitting down and thinking like, I will never be this old again. My son will never be this old again. The opportunities that I have in front of me will never probably come back. So am I taking advantage of all of that? Am I truly, honestly living for my happiness and joy while helping others? No, while I get there. And, if somebody told me, hey, Abril, you only have 1 year to live, I would get rid of all the BS. And as I was doing this exercise and journaling through it, because it's cool, we get to journal through these questions with a big group. I told myself, if I had 12 months to live, man, I would sell all that I have and go visit the places that I've never seen. I'd spend the most time with my mom. I'd pay off her house, live there if I wanted to, make sure my son was set for the future, invest vigorously so that I know that he's taken care of, and spread the gospel. Spread the gospel wherever I went, with whoever I went. Whoever was in front of me, I just tell them like, dude, Jesus loves you, like, so much. Sorry. These questions really, really got to me. And I want you guys to think about it, right? What would you do differently today if you only had 12 months to live? Because we all think that we have time, right? But we don't know if we have tomorrow. So what is the medium, right, of being present, but making sure that your present moment is the best one, your best foot forward for a better tomorrow, for a happier you, for a better, content, fulfilled life. Money's out the window. Like, I didn't even think about money. Like, I didn't even think about having $2 to my name. I was just like, I want to experience things. I want to live life. I want to just live and see things that I've never seen before. Try foods that I've never ate before. Have my son see all of these beautiful places and let him know that life is beautiful and that he's able to do amazing things. That's what I think about. I'm not thinking about a dollar value on whatever. I want to live the best life that I am able to because my son is watching me. I want my husband and I to have beautiful memories. If I were to die in a year, I'd want my marriage to flourish and to be perfectly, and bound with God's view of it. And for my husband to remember me for being kind, loving, graceful. For people around me to see, wow, Abril really did live her life. She really was happy. She really did the thing, She left with grace. And she left happy because she did everything she ever wanted to. It's not about money for me. It's about helping others, right? And so those two questions really got to me today. And then the third question was, what can you start doing today, this very moment, to live a more content life? To actually live your life. And to me, I can't be irresponsible and just quit my 9 to 5, right? Like, I have a whole family to take care of. But what can I do in this exact moment to make that better? Find the good in it, right? I am valued at my job, and that's amazing. That's amazing that I am. It's amazing that I'm 29 and I'm right where I am because I am in charge of a lot of things and I get to experience different things, but after a while I forget to enjoy it. I forget to actually be present and say, okay, you know what, this is the job that I'm at. How can we make it better? How can I help those around me, right? Because when I'm gone, somebody else is going to have to take my place. That's just how that works. If I were to quit tomorrow, or if I were to die tomorrow, somebody else is going to take my chair, right? So how can I feed into those people around me so that they learn something from me that they can apply it on their later job? And if I do pass tomorrow, and my job's like, wow, we really have to fill her position, I can at least say that I brought my 100% to everything I did. I brought my 100% to that specific role, to those specific people. I fed into them. That'll make me happy. It's not about titles. It's not about climbing the ladder for me anymore. It's about sowing seeds that, someday somebody will hopefully see flourish and blossom and take to heart and implement, right? What else can I do today to be more content and happy with my life? Be more intentional with my son, right? Sure, I work 10 hours, but after work I have about 6 or 8. So from this day on, I'm gonna make it very intentional to, when I'm spending time with him, to truly, honestly spend time with him. He's not going to remember all the toys that I buy for him. He's not going to remember when I didn't get him, he loves monster trucks. He's not going to remember when I didn't buy him that monster truck. He's going to remember the days where we played together with the toys that he already has. He's going to remember the laughs, the hugs, the love, the goodness that I spoke into him. So from this day forward, I'm going to make it very intentional to spend at least 2 uninterrupted hours with him. Maybe I take Fridays off, and we make Friday a family day, or a me and him day, right? Moms, you guys know this, mom and son dates or mom and daughter dates. Those are awesome. My baby boy is only 3, but he's now able to sit at a restaurant. I can take him out for dinner. I can take him to one of those cool bouncy places and we could just have a blast. It doesn't have to be extra. It just has to be something that makes you and your child happy. And if mom, if you're listening to this, mamas, dads, I can tell you from experience that your kid is not going to care about how much money you bring into the house. I know we have things to worry about. We have bills to pay. We have responsibilities, but whew. Sorry. Spend time with your kids, y'all. And make it count. Make it very intentional. Put your phone down. Sorry, I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. It really gets to me because I know what it feels like to be the only kid in the school, not having a parent in the bleachers, not having your mom or dad there for Mother's Day or Father's Day, because you make them a drawing, a cup, something, and nobody else is there to receive it. Like, nobody's there to receive it. And if I had a year to live, I wouldn't work at all. I would just quit my job and spend every single day with my son. So be intentional. Be very intentional with spending time with those that you love. Because we never know, right? We never know if we have tomorrow. So make today count. Live for today. Be very intentional today about the life that you're living in and enjoy it. I promise you, whatever you're stressing about, it's in your head. It hasn't happened yet. So why would you stress yourself trying to, figure out something that has not even happened, or figure out a solution about something that's just in your head and you're overthinking about it? And I'm telling you that from experience. I'm so tired. I'm so exhausted of overthinking everything. I don't know, I don't know if Kingdom Culture is going to be a big launch or whatever. And I appreciate everybody that's watching this. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm just here bringing you my 100%. I'm giving you everything because it's something that I love to do. It's something that brings me happiness. You have no idea how much energy I have after filming these videos. And usually it's late at night when everybody else is asleep, because I have a busy lifestyle and I have a busy household, but I'm here. And I stopped saying yes to fear, and I started just stepping into my faith and doing things that I love. Because at the end of the day, that's all you have. All you have is today. You don't have tomorrow. And yesterday's already gone, so that doesn't even count. I can tell you, like, oh yeah, back in the day, back in my job, I used to be the it girl at work. Everybody knew my name. That doesn't matter anymore. That's gone. What am I doing today to make the best out of everything? How am I making sure my today feeds into my tomorrow, and I'm sowing the right seeds everywhere where I need to, so that I actually get to the places where I dream of? How's my prayer life looking like? Am I intentionally seeking the Lord so that I get direction into my future? Am I intentionally seeking out my friends for prayer? Am I intentionally praying for those around me that the Lord has placed so that I can sow into them? Right? So, if you're like me, then those 3 questions are really going to get to you, and you're going to journal through them, and you're going to realize, like, wow, I have some changes I have to make in my life, and it's better now than later. So, to finish, I know this one's pretty straightforward, but I wanted to get it out there because it really truly touched my heart and my mindset. And I'm like, what are we doing? What things do actually matter? What matters to you? Right? So, question number 1. If you were to die tomorrow, what would you miss out on? Question number 2. If you only had a year to live, how would you change the way that you're living now? And 3, giving the answers to those 2 above questions, what would you change right now in this present moment to start truly living the life that you want? That's all I have for you guys this week. Please, if this was any value to you, share it forward. I think that the best way for somebody to grow is by people. So if you found this to be a good one, share it with other people, and don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember that I love you, but the Lord loves you more. Always, always, always. We'll see you guys next week.